Now with breaking news, let's go to Jessica.
Greetings, everyone. I bring some terrible news. The surprise was complete. The attacking planes came in two waves. The first one hit its target at 7:53 a.m., the second at 8:55. By 9:55, it was all over. By 1 p.m., the carriers that launched planes from 274 miles off the coast of Oahu were heading back to Japan. Let's go to Kimmy for some more details.
Now we have some more news on Pearl Harbor. The Japanese sank or damaged all of the U.S. battleships at Pearl Harbor. That same day, Japan attacked U.S. military bases in the Philippines and on Guam, Midway, and the Wake Islands. This attack on Pearl Harbor shocked many Americans. The next day, Roosevelt asked Congress to declare war on Japan. He called December 7th a date which will live in disgrace. Now, back to you, Jessica.
Germany, of ally of Japan, then declared war on the United States. Dun, dun, dun!
Today we have a man of the 20th century, Mr. Adolf Hitler, to have an interview with us. Let's start our interview. I think a lot of people are curious about how you can rise from a messenger with no political background to a dictator of Germany. Can you tell us more about the details?
Sure. I was a corporal in 1919. I was asked to work with my army political agent and spy on extreme political groups. My first mission was to find a small, right-wing group called the German Workers' Party. In less than a year, I came to dominate the little party, and later I became the president and changed its name to National Socialist German Workers' Parties, which commonly known as the Nazi Party. I was very good at convincing them.
Many of the later generations criticized that you were a devil. If you had a chance to go back in the past, would you do the same things, or you regretted for it and would not do it again?
I would still choose the same road. This was my duty to lead the German people. Germans are the best people in the world. This is their honor.
Sorry about that. I had to change my clothes. It gets a little bit hot in here. Alright, back to you.
Okay, there are lots of people think that you are an evil person because you systematically killed about 11 million people, including 6 million Jews, in concentration camps, ghettos, mass executions, or through other methods elsewhere. Can you explain why you did this?
Wherever I went, I began to see Jews, and the more I saw, the more sharply they became disguised in my eyes from the rest of humanity. I grew sick to the stomach. I began to hate them. The Jews are horrible, and they are inhuman. This is our right, the right of our freedom. Also, the Jews are a threat to our country, and we should remove this threat before they become a concern.
Thank you for your kindness to answer my questions, Mr. Hitler. I think this interview will let other people of the ages understand more about your...
Thanks, Kimmy. Next, we'll be talking about women and the war effort. During World War II, the U.S. government mounted an extensive propaganda campaign encouraging women to join the war effort. In the fall of 1943, the Office of War Information mounted the Women in Necessary Services campaign. The Saturday Evening Post enlisted Norma Rockwell to create a cover for its Labor Day issue. This illustration shows a woman in clad red, white, and blue, and are strict with the encounterments of defense work, including air raid warning equipment. During World War II, some 3 million women served in the U.S. Armed Forces, both at home and aboard. They included the Women's Air Force service pilots, who on March 10th, back in the day, were awarded the Inspiring Congress Gold Medal. Meanwhile, widespread male enroll left gaping holes in the related labor force. Between 1940 and 1945, the female percentage of the U.S. workforce increased from 27% to nearly 37%. And by the 1945, nearly 1 out of every 4 married women worked outside the home. When the war began, quick marriages became the norm, as teenagers married their sweethearts before their men went overseas. As men fought abroad, women on the home front worked in defense plans and volunteered for war-related organizations, in addition to managing their households. In New Orleans, as the demand for public transportation grew, women became even streetcar for the first time. When men left, women became skilled cooks and housekeepers, managed the finances, learned to fix the car, worked in a defense plant, and wrote letters to their soldier husbands that were constantly upbeat. Word from our sponsors.
Do you have someone who you're celebrating a graduation and you just need star-shaped balloons? Or balloons that say happy birthday, but not just any type of happy birthday, ones that say all different types of happy birthday. And especially ones with flowers is great for little kids. Don't forget the animal print ones, which really help with those little girls. And if you just need plain animal prints to make somebody's day, or if you just want to make somebody's day with a smiley face balloon, come on down to Flinger's Balloons, where each balloon is only 7 cents. Hope to see you there.
And we're back. This will be the last report on the Battle of Coral Sea. This 4-day World War II fight in May 1942 marked the first air-sea battle in history. The Japanese were seeking to control the Coral Sea with an invasion of Port Moresby in the southeast New Guinea, but their plans were intercepted by Allied forces. When the Japanese landed in the area, they came under attack from the aircraft carrier planes of the American. They were commanded by Rear Admiral Frank J. Fletcher. Although both sides suffered damages to the carriers, the battle left the Japanese without enough planes to cover the ground attack of Port Moresby, resulting in a strategic Allied victory. There were a number of missed opportunities as carrier airmen learned their trade. Airstrikes on both sides either missed their targets or found them only after using up their ordnance. Americans connected first, sinking the light carrier. When the main forces traded airstrikes, the Americans lost the carrier. Lexington Yorktown was also damaged, and the Japanese suffered damage to the carrier. Without air cover, however, the Japanese invasion force turned back, leaving the strategic victory to the Allies. The result had an important impact upon the Battle of Midway a month later, reducing Japanese forces available at that key battle. That's all, folks.
I like bananas.